Hey friends, Susie Davis here, and I am back again with my friend Brian Luddy, and we are in downtown Ocean Springs at Body Circuit. Brian, how are you doing?
Doing fantastic. We're so glad to have you here, Susie.
I know, and you guys are just opening up your doors. Tell us a little bit about your purpose, your vision, and what sets you apart from everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. So we came up with the concept, my wife and I, Michelle. It was probably about 6 months ago. At the time, I had sort of already transitioned my career into health coaching, and I was doing it virtually. And for us, and for me personally, this mission of making Mississippi healthier, we say one person at a time, is really something that we believe in and embrace. And Body Circuit was sort of like a culmination of like, how do we bring this to life? How do we, from a brick and mortar standpoint, where the people of the Gulf Coast can sort of enjoy this experience. And it took us a couple months to sort of get it up and running, but as of 3 weeks ago, we opened our doors and we're here now.
I love it. That's such a great passion. I know we have similar thought processes on that.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit more about because I know I'm sitting right now as if almost in the mindset, I want the viewers to feel that we are sitting at our first evaluation, our first consult, as I want you to speak to me today as if I were someone coming in those doors to schedule an appointment with you guys.
Sure,
and
yeah.
get the full Body Circuit experience.
Yeah, so there's basically two parts to Body Circuit. We have the studio experience where there's massage chair therapy, there's red light therapy, and then we also have 3D body scanning, which comes from our shape scale. But another big part of the experience is health coaching, as you just mentioned. And for people who are interested in that, what we say is if you go to our website, there's a quick survey, it just takes a couple minutes. From that, we can sort of gauge if you're the right sort of fit. We don't want to waste anybody's time. And then from that, we would schedule a 15-minute health evaluation.
I like that you said you don't want to waste anybody's time because time is precious to all of us, right?
Yeah.
And I think my pull from that you just said is that I know I've been to several establishments and I was fed a bunch of stuff that maybe wasn't right fit for me. So doing that survey ahead of time and finding out more and knowing where you want to step in could be very helpful to where you want to send them next.
Yeah, it's designed to be that. And we're targeting, and this is who I am, an active, busy parent who is struggling to get minutes in the day. So that's really our target audience, and I'd say professionals as well. And yeah, we don't want to waste anybody's time. And it is important to mention that we are not a medical practice.
Right.
So we don't treat or diagnose medical conditions. And in some cases, as you fill out the survey, there just might be things creeping up that are more medical related.
Right,
that
I do agree with that
as well.
Yeah.
So
consult your physician.
That is very true. Yeah, before doing any wellness modalities, I think it's really important to consult.
So tell me more. Tell me more about who you are, what you want to do, and what's next for you, because this is new, but not new at the same time.
Yeah, so I grew up a serious athlete. I was passionate about health and wellness, but I didn't pursue a career in it. And as of 2 years ago, as I was a caretaker for my father who passed away 2 years ago, and he had lived to 89 years old, and during that time I was sort of like letting myself go a little bit. I didn't have any sort of like health scare come up, but from it was a little bit of a wake-up call. And as I was sort of helping out my father and he was going through some of the health challenges that he had, I could kind of see that, like, hey, if I don't actually start really taking my health seriously, like things could potentially like derail in my health. And what I ended up doing was started doing a lot of research. I started to really want to get into the industry and make a life out of this. My research can get you down a lot of rabbit holes on the internet when it comes to health and wellness.
Absolutely.
And so I tried so many different things. I tried being a carnivore, trying to be a vegan, sauna, cold plunge, all those types of things. And it can kind of drive you a little bit mad. And I said, hey, like enough's enough. I really want to go through like a formal education when it comes to managing my health. So I came across some really wonderful health coaching certification programs. So on the sort of nutrition side of things, I have various certifications, and then also on the sort of exercise and fitness side of the world as well, I have a sort of certification for personal training.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, like, people need to understand what the pillars are. And I know that you've told me that you've got the basics, but elaborate a little bit on those pillars that you have.
Yeah, so this is something that we preach. So whether you're a body circuit client or you're trying to sort of figure this out on your own, when it comes to the 4 pillars that I think about, it's diet, nutrition, then you have sleep, then you have stress management, and then at the very end you have exercise and fitness. And getting the basics right for these 4 things, it sounds simple, can be very challenging, especially for a busy or active parent.
Right.
Who just, the minutes go by quick.
I understand that.
And so we have a whole set of protocols that we recommend. There's nothing here that's, I don't think, controversial. There's a lot of new research that has come up, especially in fitness,
right?
And things of that nature, of like the importance of doing resistance training. Like the older you get in your life, the more important it is. And then there's even more research that's emerged on females versus males. Like there's a greater need for females to be doing much more resistance training, sort of heavier lifting than males, and than previously thought.
There is a whole contradictory. People think the perception of that is you're going to bulk up, that you're not.
You won't, promise you. Yeah. Diet, nutrition, a big thing that we'll focus on. If you are carrying some extra fat, being in a sort of caloric deficit is almost like impossible to avoid. It's a necessary sort of part of sort of getting fit. Increasing the amount of protein that you eat is pretty significant. Tracking your calories and your macros can be very challenging for people, but I think it's a very worthy exercise and a worthy sort of like investment in time and energy.
So basically what I'm hearing is there are a lot of small things, shifts that people can make.
Yeah.
But it requires a little bit of consistency.
Lots of consistency. So
and accountability.
And accountability, which we provide, yep. Mm-hmm. And
focus.
Yes. And these changes that you make in your life, like you have to somehow arrange your life to the point where they are going to be sustainable and they are going to sort of stand the test of time. So doing some type of crash diet that's completely unsustainable, or this new workout regimen that is not sustainable, is actually really not that helpful. So sustainability consistency is key.
So you heard that, friends. Check out the website, schedule your appointment, and come see Brian.